Now, I'm going to share my story and spill my thoughts with you, which means I'm going to talk about the most unforgettable experience I have ever had as a 6-year-old child. When you turn 6, the first and most likely thing you're going to hear from your parents is about you attending a school. But what about me? What was the first thing I heard from my parents? You're getting a surgery, sweetheart. Finally, you're going to be okay. There is just a tiny problem with your heart, and you should get a treatment as soon as possible, Mom said. There were so many questions and thoughts racing through my mind, such as, what's going to happen with me? What about going to school? Is it going to hurt? Or am I going to die? Even though I wasn't quite familiar with the definition of dying. 2 days later, my parents took me to the hospital. I was supposed to spend some time there until my surgery. I was sharing the room with a girl who had a serious problem with her health. The room was always overcrowded. Mainly it was just my family and the toys I had. Time was up, and it was the time to get ready for the surgery. There was a yellow dress on my bed. My mom dressed me and carried me in her arms. I was experiencing a unique type of fear that I have never felt before. My mom kissed my forehead and the nurse approached us with a needle in her hand. I waved at my mom, and the next minute the needle appeared on my arm. The last thing I saw was my mom's tears, followed by what seemed like a blink of my eyes, and then suddenly it was all over. I was all alone in the operating theater for about 10 hours. That was the first time when I was away from my family for so long. Everyone kept waiting outside all day long. I slowly opened my eyes. It was very blurry. I immediately started looking for my mom and crying. She came in and held my hand. I saw the sparkle in her eyes. That was the moment when I felt safe and alive. I survived. The following day, I found myself in the same room again. I looked through the window and saw the group of children with backpacks crossing the street with their parents. It was the first day of school. I was supposed to be in their place as well. But instead, I was just staring at them through a hospital window. The girl that I was sharing the room with was still there, but her pain was getting way too unbearable each passing day. One night, I woke up by the noise that cardiac monitoring was making. Nurses and doctors rushed into the room. I could not understand what was going on and fell asleep. I never saw her again. Her heart stopped that night. She passed away in front of my eyes. I didn't know that it would be the last time I saw her. But I survived. Why couldn't she? From then on, it was just me and my mom.